dreamed I was catching passes from you last night.
Uh-oh.
I know.
I don't know what that means.
It's going to be a good day, man.
Baby! Let's go!
Ooh, got a free play.
Nice job, boys. Way to hang in there. All day, just like that.
Tonight's the night. Man, we put it in. Every one of you, man.
Yeah! Let's go! Let's go, D. Will!
Sack lunch, right here. Sack lunch. Num, 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 num.
Oh! Yeah!
Yes, and 400.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on.
A glimpse of the divisional round quarterbacks that you will see in less than 48 hours as we welcome Scott Pioli, Terrell Davis back here. Let's take a look at a couple of the quarterbacks in this matchup here. You got Jared Goff and the Rams that we are expecting to see go up against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And here, Terrell Davis, as you look at the Rams, what is the key for them to go in there or rather for the Packers to go in there and knock off the Rams at home at Lambeau?
Well, for me, the key is that the Packers' offensive line, and minus David Bakhtiari, their Pro Bowl left tackle, is not there. They're going to have to keep the Rams' defense at bay and keep Aaron Rodgers clean in the pocket. That is a tall task to do with a defense that has 53 sacks. They've got 4 guys on their team with 5+ sacks. They're relentless when you watch them on film, and it's all led by Aaron Donald. So for me, if the Packers can somehow get Aaron Rodgers clean and let him get out the pocket and make some plays like that, they have a chance. But if they don't, this could be a very long day, like the game you showed right there where they played the Bucs, where the Bucs defense got up to Aaron Rodgers. They got to find a way to have answers for that defense.
TD, I couldn't agree with you more, but that is a tall order for the Packers offensive line. And, you know, everyone knows about Aaron Donald and what a great defensive lineman he is, probably, arguably, or undoubtedly the best in the National Football League. What Brandon Staley, the defense coordinator, does a great job of is moving Aaron Donald around to different spots on the defensive line. He's got a lot of defensive linemen in terms of Brockers, Fox, Joseph Day, and oh, by the way, in sub situations, they've got Leonard Floyd. What he does is he moves those players around once he feels and senses in-game mismatches. And Brandon Staley does a tremendous job of keeping the players fresh, rotating them, but also, again, knowing where the mismatches are, and that makes it, and is going to make it even more difficult for the Packers' offensive line. Like I said, a really tall task.
Yep, the Rams have done a fantastic job creating pressure in Brandon Staley's first year as the defensive coordinator. Pressure's on, I guess, as we look at our next matchup here for the 2018 QB class to show up on divisional weekend here on Saturday night. You got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, both first-round quarterbacks that year, and we'll see them going head-to-head here. And, TD, what do you feel like the key is for this Bills team to get past the Ravens?
Well, the key for me are the Bills linebackers, and that's Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds. They have got to be superstars. And what I mean by that, they've got to play out of their minds because their assignment is going to be difficult. You know, when you're going up against the Ravens as a linebacker, there is a lot of things going on, a lot of confusion. They try to put you in very difficult situations where your eyes are probably deceiving you. And I think the most important thing is once Lamar Jackson breaks the pocket, which he will, you've got to be able to go up there and make tackles one-on-one in open space and be able to limit his damage as he starts to run. So if they can do that with those linebackers, their assignment is going to be a lot to handle. But if they can come out of this game with short tackles and making sure that they limit the explosive plays, then the Bills would have a good chance of winning this game.
TD, I agree with you 100%. That's what they've got to do. But I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it. I don't know how you slow Lamar Jackson down. Again, his incredible and dynamic speed is really it's a mismatch for everyone, but against the Bills backers and some of their players, I think this speed is going to kill. One of the things that we saw last week that happened with Lamar Jackson was not only his athletic skills, but he got confidence last week. And a confident Lamar Jackson, you know, combined with these skills is going to be a real problem. Again, he's the most dynamic player in the league right now, the most dynamic quarterback. So I think this is, again, another very tall order for the Buffalo Bills defense.
Yep, no question. I mean, that that 48-yard touchdown run was an absolute game changer against the Tennessee Titans. Guys, thanks very much. We got to get to some breaking news here on NFL Total Access, bringing our NFL to the league now 21 years into the league. Tom Brady, you go back to Week 9 in Tampa, he threw 3 picks. The Bucs rushed for a grand total of 8 yards and ultimately fell to the Saints 38-3. Now, this offense has come a long way since, one of the most productive end-of-season stretches of Brady's career, but he is still very aware of what caused them problems in both matchups against the Saints previously this year.
So many great players. Their defense is phenomenal. You know, top 5 defense basically in every category. Great rush, great cover linebackers. They blitz well. A lot of continuity in the secondary. A lot of ball hawks in the secondary. You know, they've been one of the top teams in the league for a long time, and they've had some tough playoff losses, you know, that real fluke plays. But other than that, you know, there's not a lot of bad about this team. They're pretty spectacular.
Okay, Scott Pioli still here, adding the Hall of Famer Terrell Davis to the discussion now as we look at this third matchup of the season between the Bucs and the Saints. So, Scott, let's look inside this game for the matchups that matter. What is the matchup that you are looking to that's going to define this game?
To me, it's the matchup between rookie offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs and defensive end Cam Jordan of the New Orleans Saints. You know, Wirfs was one of the top tackles picked this year. He was my favorite tackle coming into the draft, and he has come in and helped them become the 4th best team in terms of letting up sacks. Tristan Wirfs has been a very good player. Now, in the 2 matchups so far this year against the Saints, he had some matchups against Cam Jordan, and Cam Jordan really didn't have that much production. But Wirfs has had some help. They've used a tight end to help him to get things wider, in terms of Jordan's pass rush. But he has done a good job when he has had to. Again, this past week, Wirfs had some pressure on him because everyone was talking about the Washington pass rush. And he really held his own against both Montez Sweat and Ryan Kerrigan. But this is a different